Manish Sisodia, the former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister, has met with the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. This is the first meeting of both of the senior AAP leaders, and after the decision was given by Chief Minister Kejriwal. And during the meeting, a discussion over who is going to be the next Chief Minister is also likely to take place at this point. And Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has announced plans to resign and called for early elections in the capital. He also emphasized he would only return as the Chief Minister once people give him the certificate of honesty. While also making this address to the people, Kejriwal made this declaration after being released from the Tihar jail on bail in connection with the graft case related to the alleged Delhi excise scam that is also now scrapped policy. He also stated that he would convene a meeting with the AAP MLAs in the coming days to appoint a new Chief Minister from his party. All right, viewers, joining me live on the broadcast is a guest who's a political analyst, S.K. Gupta. Sir, I appreciate you. I beg your pardon, Mr. S.K. Datta joins me live on the broadcast. I appreciate you joining me on the broadcast and thank you for speaking to NewsX. While we understand that there is, of course, huddle happening at this point of time at the residence of Arvind Kejriwal as far as the successor and forward going as the person who's going to be taking the post of the Delhi Chief Minister is concerned, the entire Aam Aadmi Party and the army of the Aam Aadmi Party is now after deciding who's going to be the next person at the post after Arvind Kejriwal, and also very importantly in the person who's going to lead for the campaign for the polls of Delhi that is going to take place next year. What, in your understanding, this entire messaging of the announcement of the resignation by the Delhi Chief Minister has now impacted into?
Namaskar. As far as I understand, the resignation drama of the Chief Minister, of the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, this is another, it's another sequence of the prolonged drama which Aam Aadmi Party is famous for since its inception. And this is nothing new. There are a couple of questions which needs to be asked here. First and foremost is like when he was in jail for so long, he had set in a new precedent in our country that a person who has been sent to jail did not tender his resignation. In the past, whenever any chief minister had been accused of serious allegation of corruption and was sent to jail, they all had tendered their resignation, whether it's Madhu Koda, whether it's, like Shibu Soren, whether it's Lalu Prasad Yadav, or even the present incumbent chief minister of Jharkhand, But it is Mr. Kejriwal who has sent in he has created a new record, a new history. Second is like, does he have any other option? After the strong reprimand by the Honorable Supreme Court of India, the Supreme Court of India has curtailed all his duties as well as his activities. He cannot sign any file. He cannot give any kind of bite in relation to the cases in which he has been accused. He cannot enter into the Delhi Secretariat, neither can he convey a meeting there, or nor can he convey a cabinet meeting. So when there is so much of restrictions on him, and on top of that, he cannot take any kind of decision in relation to policy making for Delhi. So with such stringent restriction on him, does he have any option? He doesn't have any option. He has become a puppet because of the curtailment of power by the judiciary which has been imposed on him. Third is like, what is this secret about resignation after 48 hours? If he's really serious about resigning, then yesterday he made the announcement he should have tendered his resignation there and then itself. Why 48 hours? Why 48 hours? Why 24 hours? Why 72 hours? What is the need for that? There seems to be something fishy. There seems to be something secretive in this 48-hour duration that Mr. Kejriwal has to explicitly tell it to the people of Delhi. Third is like, out here, he is talking about early election, and he is requesting the Election Commission of India to conduct Delhi Assembly election together with Jharkhand election in the month of November, December. If he's so serious about early election in Delhi and to bring it earlier in this year itself, he has a brute majority in the Delhi Assembly. Why doesn't he dissolve the Delhi Assembly, and why doesn't he recommend, early election for Delhi together with Jharkhand and send the papers to the union government so that union government can take cognizance of it and dissolve the assembly and fresh elections can be conducted and fresh elections can be called. Immediately what he needs to do is, like, if he's saying that I need the mandate of the people and only then I will sit on that chair after getting the mandate of the people, and if he's so sure about his victory that he's calling for early polls, then immediately what he needs to do is, like, he should recommend dissolution of the assembly, and he should request the lieutenant governor of Delhi to to dissolve the Delhi assembly and send the file to the union government so that the home ministry can take cognizance of it and can request the chief election commission to declare early assembly election together with Jharkhand in November, December. There are systematic ways of doing things instead of giving media bites and creating a kind of a false narrative through the media and trying to gain in some kind of sympathy. It's better for him to do things in a legal way. He should follow the legality and the procedure in a legal way, and he should move ahead in that direction. There is a procedure in the Constitution of India. There is the procedure under the, Delhi Reorganization State Act. Under that, he can recommend dissolution of the assembly in Delhi, and he can call in for early polls. Any chief minister of the country can do that. Constitution gives him that authority to the chief minister of any state of the country to recommend early polls, and I think we should follow that systematic process. Why setting a narrative in front of the media, via the media, for the people of Delhi? Why this? If he's so sincere, then he should follow the procedure instead of creating this kind of gimmicks in front of the people.
Mr. Datta, also because you have highlighted enough over the reasons why, this indeed timing is very controversial, but at this given point of time, is there also any inference from the understanding, and also for the benefit of our viewers who are watching us live, has this been a decision of stepping down from the post of the Chief Minister of Delhi for Arvind Kejriwal, which I believe is of course much thought of, is going to help the Aam Aadmi Party score any points as far as the Delhi elections are concerned? Because this, apart from becoming another flashpoint of the blame game between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, this also has to do a lot with the narrative of how the Aam Aadmi Party plays its tactics and also strategies ahead of the elections.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, what I understand is, like, the Aam Aadmi Party has been trying this since the day one. We know and we have seen that Aam Aadmi Party has been trying this even before the Lok Sabha polls. They had tried to set in this narrative. They did not succeed in that narrative because even after having an alliance with Congress Party, the India alliance could not win a single seat in Delhi out of the 7 Lok Sabha seats. So the narrative which Aam Aadmi Party had tried to build up during the Lok Sabha polls also, that had fallen flat before the people of Delhi. And I understand that the narrative which the Aam Aadmi Party is trying to set up even now, it is going to fall flat as such. What I understand is, like, and as far as my understanding goes, I think there is a lot of internal bickering within the Aam Aadmi Party itself, and there seems to be a kind of a squabble which is happening inside the Aam Aadmi Party, and perhaps, and I think Aam Aadmi Party will be a better judge to explicitly say this to the people of Delhi. I understand that perhaps there is a kind of a turmoil within the Aam Aadmi Party, and Arvind Kejriwal ji is feeling cornered, and he's getting sidelined gradually within the Aam Aadmi Party. So that is the reason he has come up with this new drama of resignation.
All right.
If he
You're calling it
sincere,
drama.
he should
Mr.
immediately
Datta,
resign.
okay, I hear you. You're calling it a drama and a political tactic, and that's also something that the BJP largely has been accusing the Aam Aadmi Party and specifically Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, even hours after, the political controversy has now stirred. Also, let me get a word from Manasvi Thapar, advocate at this point of time, who is joining us live on the broadcast to discuss about the ramifications of the decision that has happened yesterday and taken in the public domain by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Thank you for speaking to us, Mr. Thapar. And at this point of time, what you must have also heard, this is not just one statement from Mr. Datta, but all across the spectrum of calling this announcement of the resignation just a political PR stunt. Also, this has been endorsed by various political parties, including BJP at first, calling the entire scenario of how Arvind Kejriwal has managed to take the limelight after coming out from the jail by doing this PR stunt, by pulling this entire scenario of portraying himself as the victim. But what we need to understand, and also I would like you to answer, is what is exactly behind his decision? How is this even going to impact and benefit rather the Aam Aadmi Party initially? Because given the history of the foundation and how Aam Aadmi Party came into being, there is hardly no reason for Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal for any decision or even a political stunt as well.
I feel that it's a very good decision for him politically and morally also. When I say that, when the railway minister Lal Bahadur Shastri in 1956 had resigned, it was a moral responsibility and it was took well by the people of the nation also. When Nitish Kumar had resigned, it was took well and it also helped them politically. So now, even talking politically, leave the morality aside, politically it is making sense for Arvind Kejriwal. I don't think there are two ways out of it. And on the contrary, BJP should be happy. Arvind Kejriwal is finally doing what BJP wanted since last 6 months. They were the people who were saying that Arvind Kejriwal should resign. Now finally he has resigned. So that is also causing a problem. The resignation is a sympathy resignation. The resignation is emotional resignation is a resignation. Resignation does not have a prefix to it. It's a resignation. So why don't you take that resignation out of it? You want to create a debate out of it. Yes, a person like Arvind Kejriwal, if he's resigning, that would lead to a political debate. And will that political debate convert into a political vote bank for Arvind Kejriwal? It's only time will tell to it. He would have some 6 months to his hand, but then also he came out. He showed that his will. You can look at this way also, that he came back on a bail. He resigned post coming out of the jail, and then he took the decision a bold decision to give the position on resignation. So I think that's a bold decision. I would not say that it's not a bold decision. And there could be a counter view also that his powers were curtailed. There is nothing coming out of. But then also he left his position. He's concentrating on his people. He would go. This is also an advantageous step for him. He can go back to the people of Delhi who has showered love towards his kind of politics, and this is for him. Why would I say that 2020 is going to be very different from 2025 for Arvind Kejriwal's politics? Is because 2020 he could stop the juggernaut of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to enter Delhi Vidhan Sabha. So now it is why difficult and different for him would be because the plank is completely different. 2020 the plank was Arvind Kejriwal's developmental projects which he had done for Delhi, free education, free hospitals. This was something going well for Arvind Kejriwal. Now the plank is that he has to come out clean in the court of people, and that coming out clean is going to be very interesting and a great turnaround for Arvind Kejriwal's politics.
Okay, so as you are also citing a number of reasons while we are also hearing about, how this is indeed seemingly a very good move according to you. Also, while you are at it, I would like to understand about the kind of allegations that are coming at this point of time against him, that, there are conditions that have been mandated by the Supreme Court. You also have been with distinguished experience over the legal side. Is this a kind of deflection that, people who are supporting this move need to answer? that is this a deflection from the conditions that have been now mandated and imposed by the apex court against Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal?
I would say let this be a deflection. It's a great deflection for his politics. I would not go otherwise. I would say let me believe that this is a deflection. But what is the talking point? In politics, you have to be the center of politics, and he is the center of politics. BJP is talking about him. He is talking about himself. People of Delhi are talking about him. I am talking about him. Mr. Datta is talking about him. We are debating about him. We are anticipating about his resignation, which is going to come out. So we all are talking about this. Is all about politics, and
that's because he is the Chief Minister of Delhi and not just a nobody.
Yeah, so then we are talking about it. Politics is all about optics. Politics is all about being talked about, and Delhi is the center point of him, and he is getting that advantage. And I would not say that you should not take advantage of the situation he's taking in politics. I have seen leaders, we have seen witnessed leaders taking advantage of situation, and he has taken advantage of situation which was dire, which was not in his favor. He was in jail, his ministers were in jail, and he had to come out. He came out, he took a resignation step, and now if we are talking about him, I don't think there is anything wrong in that. And we could not say that he's playing a victim card. There is no victim card. It is only the trial which will say. For example, after a few years, we come to know that yes, he was the one who was involved in the corruption charges. Then I could say that he's a victim. But right now, without trial being concluded, how can I come to the judgment of that he's a victim or he's an accused? He's not. As of now, he's out on bail. So we should just stick to what is the verdict of the court. The Supreme Court has granted him bail. Yes, the conditions are not in his favor. If he comes out through a thumping victory in People's Court, he has been proved that BJP was something who's been using ED and CBI's caged pilots, ED and CBI's caged parrots. But now we have to wait. We have to let the time be tested. We have to wait for some time. But right now, in the optics part of it, I don't want to go to the morality part of politics, because in the 21st century of Indian politics, there is no morality. But on the optics part of it, yes, he's winning the battle against the BJP right now.
There is one argument that I can understand. We can also take further that you are saying in the optics part of it, this is a win situation. But also, another point that how is this even beneficial for the people of Delhi? It's the people of Delhi and their voice against all the mandate that even any party for that matter keeps on boasting about. Today it's the Aam Aadmi Party, tomorrow it can be other party. Yesterday it was Congress, and then it's the Aam Aadmi Party today. So how are the people of Delhi going to have the trust again back at the Chief Minister who is now abandoning the issues of Delhi?
Now this is a very valid question of you, that people of Delhi are suffering, and there is no doubt about it. Yes, people of Delhi are suffering, and we are witnessing it. The constant war between the Aam Aadmi Party and the LG, the present LG and the previous LGs, are very much wide open. So that is something which we have to come out constitutionally and with a political mandate to conclude. We are high on time that this kind of a war between two constitutionally very powerful positions are always in conflict. This is something which has never happened in the past, but since last 10 years, we are seeing this kind of a conflict. This has to end somewhere. And now, who is the sufferer? The 2 crore voters of Delhi are the people who are suffering out of it. And there is no political will either from Aam Aadmi Party side or from the BJP side to actually come on table and resolve it. We can't say that it is only Aam Aadmi Party which is wrong. We have to admit it. Yes, BJP and Aam Aadmi Party both are wrong in terms of governing Delhi. We have to call a spade, and here the spade is both BJP and Aam Aadmi Party. They have actually failed the people of Delhi.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.
The West